We think drones are entering a new era. There's the common thread of them increasing efficiency, increasing safety, and doing so at lower costs. And cumulatively over the next 5 years, we see this as a $100 billion market. They're fairly established in the military market, but there's still a lot of growth there. They've started to make the transition to the consumer market, and we think they're really just on the cusp of moving into the commercial and business market. Drones have existed for some time in the military world. When we look at the defense budget in the US, it's clearly one of the fastest growing parts of the defense budget over the next several years. And the value proposition for the military is very, very clear. Oftentimes in the battlefield, you are putting a soldier potentially in harm's way. And so to the extent that you can use unmanned and autonomous vehicles, there's clearly a significant increase in safety. There are a number of potential commercial applications for drones, ranging from cinematography and video shooting, journalism, oil and gas and pipeline inspection, insurance, real estate photography, or construction surveying. For example, in precision farming, having a drone with a camera that you can fly over many acres in a short period of time can really enhance the efficiency of that process. There's also been a lot of talk about delivery as an application. We actually found when we dug into that it looks less likely to become a meaningful market, at least anytime soon. And the reason for that is, in order to use drones for delivery, you're talking about a lot of airframes in potentially more densely populated areas or areas where there's more buildings or other infrastructure. And so the risks around the delivery case are much higher, and we think that probably doesn't actually happen in the next few years at least. And then there's the consumer market, which is, just the individual person, you or me, buying our own drones to fly for fun, or oftentimes to fly for much better photography or videos than we would otherwise get. And then there's the civil government application, which includes things like Department of Homeland Security and using drones for border patrol, the Coast Guard using them for search and rescue missions in difficult terrain, and then there's state and local governments using them in police and fire units. For a policeman, if you're trying to apprehend a suspect, you're normally using a helicopter, which is one, expensive, and two, makes it kind of obvious where you are. And then for fire, often a very dangerous process, you can use a drone for visual aid to figure out where in a structure you might be able to get better access to the building. There are a few hurdles to faster adoption and utilization of drones, just the safety aspect and the potential liability. And the biggest one by far is the regulatory environment. The FAA has actually not yet really set a full framework and standards for use of drones in the US. But as it stands right now, that's a major hurdle to adoption. The bottom line on drones is there are really a lot of potential applications and a lot of potential growth, and it's really across many areas that will affect people in many different ways, whether it's in the military, in commercial business use cases, or just in your backyard.